Hi class, Dr. G here. In this video, I'd like to talk a little bit about the various sampling processes: systematic, stratified, and cluster. Let's begin with the systematic process. And let's say we want to obtain the average age of Wilmington University students. And so we go to the registrar, we get a list of all Wilmington University students. We call that list the sample frame, all right? In order for it to be systematic, we have to have a system for selecting the students that go into the sample population. I like to use the nth number because for me it's the easiest way to describe it. So let's say that we're going to use the nth number, and that nth number is going to be 20. So we're going to select every 20th student from our sample frame. So we start at 1, we count down to 20, that student goes into the sample population. 40, that student goes in. 60, 80, 100, 120, etc. On down we go until we finish the list of 20,000 students. Since we're using 20 as our selection number, if we divide 20 into 20,000, our sample population will be 1,000 students. That sample we can consider random because we used a system, an unbiased system, for selecting the sample members. And we can also consider it representative because every student at Wilmington University had a chance to be included in the sample population of 1,000. Now, typically, we get an error. If we were to take all 20,000 students' ages, add them up and divide by 20,000, the average that we get is going to be different than the average we get by adding up the ages of only 1,000 students. Okay, we call that the sampling error. Okay, typically sampling error is reduced as the sample population increases closer and closer to the population of the target group. There's a video that will explain sample error in detail, so I won't go into any more detail on it. So let's move to stratified sampling. Stratified sampling is a process that actually reduces sampling error even more. Stratified sampling is a concept that organizes the elements of a population into groupings. So if you were look at military ranks, you would have generals, officers, non-commissioned officers, and enlisted people. Those are different ranks. So in the case of Wilmington University, we can organize our sample frame by class: freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Typically, younger people are freshmen and older students are seniors. We know that Wilmington University, we have students, freshmen, who are not traditional age students. But for our example, let's assume that freshmen are younger, seniors are older. So now we organize our sample frame by class: freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. And we go through again and pick our nth number, and we can use 20 again, and our population will be 1,000. But now, because we've essentially organized the sample frame by age, we're going to have a better chance of getting representative sample by ages more than we did in the systematic sample. So we go through the same process. And again, our sample is random because we used an unbiased method. It is representative because every student had a chance to be selected. Okay, so are you with me? All right, so let's go to cluster sampling. Cluster sampling is different because now we use a two-stage process. Let's say instead of just looking at the average age of Wilmington University students, we want to look at the average age of students in the entire greater Philadelphia area. So now we have to use a two-stage process. How many universities and colleges are in the greater Philadelphia area? Well, we know there's a lot. So let's say we look now and our total population, we're looking now at a population of colleges or universities. So the elements in our population are schools. So we build a sample frame list, and so we include Wilmington University in the list, University of Delaware, Temple University, University of Pennsylvania, Villanova, my alma mater, I should add, St. Joe's, LaSalle, whatever school, University of Maryland, okay? So now we have a sample frame of universities. Now we're going to take another sample. This would be the second stage. So we decide, let's say we're going to use a systematic approach. We're going to use an F number. Let's say we're going to pick every third or fifth university. We go down the list. University of Penn, Temple, Wilmington University. Wilmington goes in the list. And so on, we go down that list. And now we need to do another sample of all of the students in every university. And so now we pull out the names of all the students in all of those universities that made it into our university sample population. And now we go through that list, and again, we use an nth number, whatever that nth number will be. And now we've got our sample, our cluster sample. Because we've used two stages, our sampling error is not going to be as good as the stratified or the systematic sample. Okay? So every time you use a different stage of sampling, you're going to encounter another sampling error. Okay? Hopefully that presents the three sampling processes a little clearer to you. The textbook uses similar descriptions, so if you want to take the time to read the textbook on this, it might even help it clarify it for you a little bit more. Of course, if you have any questions, you know you can always text me, and I'll respond as soon as I get the text. In the meantime, good luck, and I've decided that since I'm posting this video late, I'm going to extend the due date for the sampling assignment in week 1 to Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. I hope that helps you get this sampling assignment done and more confidently. I look forward to working with you for the rest of the block. Good luck.